Well, welcome to Tier 2 Wallaby Racing League, Round 1 here at Yas Marina at Singapore for the opening round for a brand new Tier 2 grid. My name is Skillsy and it's a pleasure. I mean, it's not a pleasure to be here, but I am here. I can't lie. Jesus would forgive me though if I did. But it is a pleasure to be here to see some familiar faces on one of the most competitive grids this side of OCE region. We see some familiar faces. We've got new faces as well joining us here on the grid tonight. We've got brand new regs, brand new cars. Who is going to be crowned the Tier 2 champion for Season 11 in Wallaby Racing League? We will find out in 18 short rounds. But as for tonight, it is race 1 and plenty of drivers out looking to impress. You've got some names on the grid that are familiar faces. In Kamikaze, welcome back, good sir, in the Mercedes alongside his good friend Carl Faniza. Combo Ollie, who was driving, wasn't driving, and is now driving once more, is also on the grid as well. So he's driving, he's now taken up a full-time driving position in his team. Rapid Benno, who was not driving, is now full-time and will join Combo Ollie in the Williams next to him. Super Duck, he looks like he's a new guy on the grid. Let's have a look at who is also Pomps for the win. Of course, he came second last season, and instead of going up, he threw his toys out the pram, cried himself to sleep 4 nights in a row before the owners and admins had sympathy on the young father and decided to keep him down in Tier 2. Blady's obviously racing up. He's a Tier 3 driver, but do not underestimate this man. He can certainly keep up with the best of them. Formula Fish is a known driver. Plugger, who could rep it with Tier 1, also down in Tier 2 tonight as well. Bevo, Maney, who will be racing up for the Alpine. Vettel, who's a known driver in the Red Bull. He is reserving tonight, but he may have a full-time drive with Red Bull Racing. Hunter is back. Zuka and Nishka as well, of course, our partner league over there at Wildfire Racing, who has 3 tiers on a Sunday, Monday and Tuesday as well. So if you're not racing in Wildfire and you've got that night free, I suggest you go check it out for some racing fun. Let's go through the new guys then. Who do we have tonight? Super Duck is new on the grid as Abhishek, also new, puts in a 1:38.60. That will be beaten very quickly as we see the other times come in. TikTok Techie in the Haas, also back as well. Good to see him in the Haas, back at Wallaby Racing League, back as a Pouch Times editorial as well. Good to see him back. Formula Fish sticks up there with a 1:29.440. I think a low 29, high 28s will be pole position here this evening. Mars, we'll see how good he does. Brandy is new as well, along with Moxie. Bread, who's he's shown some highlights as well. He's shown that he can be fast as Carl Faniza goes provisional pole with a 1:29.353. Who else is new on the grid? We have got Abhishek, Mars, Brandy, and Moxie as well. Let's see if they can hit it up out of the crew. But welcome, guys. My name's Skillsy. It's good to be here. Driving for the Red Bull. Was ripped off the other night, of course, by Kruder, who will be tiered up, rocketed up to Tier 3. If you've been around Wallaby Racing League long enough, you will know now that if you beat Skillsy or you take Skillsy take Skillsy out, then you will be moved up a tier, and that is what's going to happen to Kruder as well, as Skillsy was robbed. As Shiny Swarm took his first win in Wallaby Racing League the other night. It is not an alternative universe. You are not going crazy. You have not accidentally taken LSD or MDMA tablet. Shiny Swarm got his very first victory here at Singapore just 48 short hours ago, as did Wingy Woo just 48 seconds ago in Tier 1. Got his first ever Wallaby Racing League Tier 1 win for Red Bull Racing. So it puts Red Bull Racing in a good standing as well, having driven 3 tiers now out of the 4. Wingy Woo taking down his maiden Tier 1 victory. So congratulations to Wingy Woo as well for taking out his Tier 1 win. But here, we're here for Tier 2. We're here for the closest racing this side of Santa's arsehole. It is Wallaby Racing. We've got 4 strong tiers, so if you're out there and you're wanting a drive, then join us. We race Sunday nights and Tuesday nights at the moment as Vettel goes provisional pole with a 29.2. The battery, we won't really know who's got the strategy down pat for the battery. Let's have a look at Kamikaze. Let's see what Dad Life has done to his pace. We won't really see who has got this battery down pat tonight because it is just balls to the wall. You can pretty much burn the battery the entire lap around Singapore and not run out. So it won't really separate the men from the boys, but it will show us who's got the sheer brute pace this evening. And as pictured, Abhishek down in 18th for the Racing Bulls. Kamikaze out and out lap. He's coming around. Let's ride on board with Kamikaze for the first time in 2026 for Season 11 Wallaby Racing League. You want to burn down to about 73%. You want to take plenty of curb in turn 1. Turn 2, you want to cut as much as possible down into Tier 2 as you go around turn 4 and try and set yourself up for the straight. The exit matters here. You want to be slow in and fast out. Try and get that car as stable as possible on the exit and then pump the battery all the way down to about 45%. Coming up to the hard braking zone, then down into gear 4. Try and get that car rotated. Pump a little bit for that battery on the exit before getting around this corner here. You want to try and get in pretty slow as Kamikaze sets a purple first sector and then set yourself up for this mini straight and into sector 2 we go then. Kamikaze, where can he put his car? Through to the bridge section, then down into gear 3. You want to ride as much curve as possible there, staying away from the walls, and then try and get this car rotated as quick as possible. He does go a little bit deep there, but he does get his car pretty straight. On the exit, you want to pump as much battery as you can down this straight before you set yourself up for sector 3, then down to gear 3, rotate the car. Probably took a little bit too much curve there, lost a bit of pace on the exit as he straightens his car up. And it's a run down to the line. Then you want to pump your battery all the way down to about 13% before hard brake into gear 3. Get your car rotated right, then left. Put your foot down. It's just a light lift around the final corner. Pump the battery flat to the floor, and he goes a 129.125. That is provisional pole, showing that Dad Life has not taken any of his pace away. Kamikaze for provisional pole, if you don't mind. Plugger says, what is this battery, mate? Just pump it the whole time. You're fine. Elder message for using channel block turns. Allow, we'll post it to the chat. We'll allow it. Why not? And Wingy says it's close. Mate, this is the closest tier. I just want to point out, who is in charge of tiering? Who is in charge of tiering at Wallaby Racing League? Hey? In Skillsy we bow. Look how close it is. It is within a second all the way down to P15. P15 is within 1.5 seconds for the entire grid. What a tiering guy. What a guy. And to think that he's doubted by many people. Many DMs whinging and complaining about being put in the right tier, wrong tier. This is the result of hard work, study, abuse. And you know what? There's not enough love for the guy. There is not enough love for the skills years. We see Poms for the win, sticking on the front row with a 129.242. We've got 8 minutes left here in qualifying at Singapore. Who is going to take out the maiden race for Wallaby Season 11 in Tier 2? Emma Carlson, get your husband a drink, will ya? That would be beneficial. Lockie and myself should be Tier 2. Flubber, get out of here, mate. You are a clown. Mate, there's not a Tier 5 ready for you as tick-tock, ticky goes P1 with a 129 flat. 0.43. Will that be beaten? We're going to find out. Vettel, he's quick as well. Look at this guy. He's the brand new signing for Red Bull. Vettel, full time then, driving for the Red Bull. Is he on a lap at the moment? He is, but he's a 10th away from the time that he needs. Straight line zone then, 7 minutes to go. He's going to have enough time as Carl Finese gets a 129.240. Where is this pace coming from? The old boys showing they can rock it with the youngins, maybe because they've got a bit more stamina with the late timing of this race as they come piling in then. And we're going to find most of them are in their in-laps. 6 minutes to go. They're going to pit and get ready for their final runs. Skillsy got 2 drivers wrong, Lockie reckons. Mate, Lockie's been sandbagging since the Teletubbies was on TV and Play School was still on prime time. Hey Emma, a water. You got me a water. Fine, give me the water. You trying to tell me something? Huh? I don't know why I'd be losing my voice, Emma. What time is the Tier 3 race? Sundays, bro. Get in there. Get in there. Start of the season. Whose sandbags are going to be on tight? I'll be watching you lifting and coasting because there's no lifting and coasting at Singapore. Is there as Rapid Benno goes P3 in the Williams with a 1:29.2. You love to see it. The dad farmer from over east. He loves his cows. Goes Rapid Benno goes P3. Absolutely delicious. Centralising. Gorgeous driving. Hunter on the grid in the Aston Martin as well. With a 1:29.27. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look how close the grid is. Who did this tiering from P10 up to P1? Absolutely unbelievable. This is what you came for, folks. Grab your popcorn, grab your scotch and your apple juice and take a seat and tune in. Put the recliner out and enjoy. As Kamikaze comes out early, so he's out for the Mercedes. Everyone else is in the pits. 4 minutes, 47 seconds to go. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. Just a car going slow as Hunter puts it on pole position. And that'll be his final lap with a 1:28.799. Goes provisional pole. Rapid Benno going slow. We've got Pomps to the win on his out lap. As does Benno. Is Bread on his lap? Yes, he is. What can he do? No, he's not on his lap. He's on an out lap at the moment. So he's running 2 out laps. And I reckon Kamikaze might be running 2 out laps as well. And that might be meta here in this game. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But what I am sure about is Hunter is pole position by 2/10. And on a grid that is so close, that might prove vital. So, Carl Finese, is he starting his lap or is he on another out lap? As he comes down that straight, he doesn't pump his battery, so he will be on a second out lap, and that must be meta then. Kamikaze as well. Is he going to start his flying lap? Yes, he is. So let's have a look. Kamikaze, your provisional pole leader, starts off for his last flying lap. Let's follow them all around. He doesn't want to get caught in the traffic, so through the SSE goes then, but he is going to catch up to a bit of an Audi. He has to get out of the way here. Pumps his battery past corner 2 and up to the straight. This car has got to get out of the way unless he is on a hot lap as well, but it doesn't look like he tries to stay off to the left as Kamikaze goes down the main straight then into end of Sector 1. He is up on his time. He's going to have to find time in Sector 2 and Sector 3 if he is going to fight for the lead. Pomps to the win. Also starts his last flying lap as well in the Haas. Any of these boys could take pole position here this evening at Singapore. Kamikaze then finishing starting Sector 2 then and coming up to the stadium section. He's got to keep it nice and tidy if he's going to battle for pole position. Poms, what's he done at the end of the first sector? Poms for the win is up on his time by a 1/10.5. It's a good start by the dad. As Kamikaze has a purple middle sector, he's up by a 1/10.5. He could stick it on pole here. This is a good middle sector from Kamikaze in the Mercedes. Carl Finese starts his last flying lap, as does Super Duck and Evil Blade as well. Kamikaze then coming up to Sector 3. Has he got enough in the tank to take pole position back from Hunter around the final corner? He goes, no, he sticks into the pits. Maybe he's got one more run in him. But I'll tell you what, who is up is TikTok Techie is up on his first sector. So let's see what he can do. Carl Finese up, only a 10th in the first sector. And Poms the win has invalidated, so he might try and jump in and jump out once more. Who's going to take pole position? Let us know in the comments below. Benno is on his out lap. as Techie comes up into Sector 2 then. We're going to find out if he has got enough tick-tock Techie to take out pole position. Currently P2 in the Haas. Pomps to the Win has invalidated, so he's going to come around again for one more run. I would assume Evil Blade is out of this session. Zuka Zoo starts his last flying lap, as does Formula Fish as well. They can also take out pole position. Techie then starts out in Sector 3. He is up on his time, but will it be enough? He's got a lot of traffic to contend with. He pumps his battery down this last straight. He goes then. It is TikTok Techie in the Haas. Carl Finisa is out as well. Pomps to Win, Vettel and Zuka Zoo on their laps. But what can Techie do then? Carl Finisa comes around the final corner, goes P2. TikTok Techie also gets a bit of a drag, but only good enough for P2 with the 128.983. Rapid Benno starts his last flying lap. Pomps to the Win is 1.5 tenths up after Sector 2. That looks promising. Vettel also coming through Sector 2. What can he do in the Red Bull? He is quick. He is fast. He is definitely capable of taking pole position here at Yas Marina. So through the stadium section he goes then. Zuka Zoo also getting a bit of a tow. What can Formula Fish do? He's 3.5 tenths up, and Brett is up on his time as well. So Formula Fish coming around the final corner. He has to have a big Sector 3 to put it on the front row, but he is capable. It's Formula Fish. He goes P4 with a 129.082. Rapid Benno is invalidated, so he's not going to improve. Pomps to the Win is up 1/10. He's going to find a bit more time if he's going to battle for pole position. But can the Red Bull do it? In Vettel, around the final corner we go. Vettel in the Red Bull. Can he stick it on pole? No, he can't. But it is good enough for the front row. The only question is, will he keep it? Will he keep the front row from Pomps, who's only good enough for P3 with 128.966? And I think that's going to be Hunter for pole position here at Singapore. Brett is also going around, as is Super Duck, but I don't think they're going to find enough time, as Pomps to the Win does retire from the session, and Benno is invalidated. Zuka Zoo's also still out, but can't improve. And I think that's going to be it for us here at Singapore. It's going to be Hunter with a 128.799. Sticks it on pole position away from Vettel in P2. The two Haases go third and fourth to lock out the second row before Carl Finisa starts P5 and Formula Fish starts P6. Kamikaze once had provisional pole for most of the session. Will start back down in P7 with Rapid Benno P8, Super Duck in P9, Zuka Zoo P10, Bread and Stormy. Plugger looks P13. He's on an outlap. He's still on his final lap though. He could find a little bit of time. Once a Tier 1 driver, now washed and down in Tier 2. He might find himself at the back of the grid as well as he pulls into the pits. And washed is the name. Plugger is the game as Mars finishes P14 with in the Alpine with a 129.590. That is qualifying here at Singapore. Now, if you pick the top 5 in the correct order in the chat, Skillsy will shout you a zinger box. So if you pick the top 5 in the correct order and put it in the chat, Skillsy will buy you a zinger box. So get that in. It has to be in before lights out. Top 5 in the correct order. Zinger box is yours. I'll Uber Eats it over to your house. Get your tips in now. Let me know who you think is going to be in the top 5 of Singapore for Tier 2. Vettel, Poms, Hunter, Fish, Techie. We've got one vote from the Wingmaster. In the bottom boys did alright. Abhishek, Moxie, I mean, they could probably go down, I reckon. Abhishek, Moxie, Combo Ollie's not, I mean, he's Combo Ollie, Nishka. I love a good Nishka. Put your top 5 in the chat, guys, for your chance to win a Zinger Box. Uber Eats, as sponsored by Kirko. So welcome to Singapore. We are here at Tier 2 Wallaby Racing League. Here at Marina Bay for your Tier 2. Your lap length is 5 kilometres. We have, I think, 31 or 30 laps here. Your race distance is just shy of 155 kilometres an hour. Of course, pole position will start from the right-hand side of the track. The lap record is by Daniel Ricciardo in 2016 with a 147.187. Fastest lap is by Sir Lewis Hamilton, set in 2018. On Q3 with a 136.015, you will reach a maximum speed of 323 kilometers an hour. Your distance to turn 1 is a short one with 301 meters. And here we go then. We have got 5 lights out and away we go here at Singapore. Vettel got off to a great start, great traction down into P1, going into turn 1. Hunter in the Aston Martin got caught up and away on the line he goes as the Haas of Tex looks on the inside, and does he get through? It's Tex and Hunter going wheel to wheel through turn 1 and turn 2 and down to turn 3 we go then. Hunter has the inside line and he gets back to P2. Does Hunter away from Techie and Pomps for the win. Moxie losing in position, as does Mars. Down into the run in sector 1 we go then, and into I'm sorry guys, it looks like Vettel is taking away from the pack at the moment as everyone else gets through unscathed. Hunter goes through in P3 away from the 2 Haas's of Techie and Pomps for the win then, and everything looks pretty good for now. Into the overhanging bridge section we go then. Vettel is out in front by 1.3 seconds already, away from Hunter and Tex, and then Pomps will win in P4. Carl Finese and the Mercedes in P5, and they get through pretty unscathed. Is that a Red Bull of Super Duck currently ghosting out? It looks like it. Breadman in P10, and there is a slow looking Cadillac down the back there as the Ferrari of Bevo and Maney go wheel to wheel after that straight zone, and they get out of it. Maney in the Alpine trying to make an impression on Bevo, but has to tuck in behind, and it is Vettel out in front by 1.3 seconds away from Hunter and Techie in P3. Vettel setting the fastest lap so far, obviously, with a 134.653. This is lap 1, and there is a plugger going backwards. He's got no front wing and will be forced to pit. And so our first casualty then will be Plugger as Breadman goes past Super Duck. It looks like Super Duck has ghosted. I don't know if I have him, so I can't invite him back in, but he is going absolutely backwards. I'm sorry, I cannot invite him back in. I told him to add me, bro. I told him to add me. I don't think he's added me. I said I tagged the entire grid and told them to add me. I'm sorry, there's no one here. Look, no one is here. I cannot add him. Is he, get him to add me. Matt Skills 316. And then I can add him back in. MA, it's in the chat. So away we go then. Vettel away from Hunter, who has closed the gap to 7/10 then. And then Techie and Pomps for the win in P3 and P4. Added. Okay, let's get him back in. That's just poor team management, Wingy. You've got to get these people added, man. You know, come on, TP, communicate. Nah, nothing's come through, bro. Nothing's come through. No invites. No requests. Get him to add me. MAT Skills 316. Loopy Potato! Loopy Potato! It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for the Red Bulls. It's heartbreaking for me. Nah, he's not. What? Friend request received. Why is it not coming through, bro? There we go. Oh my gosh, communicating. Oh, come on. Okay, invited. Jamie invite sent to Super Duck, who has lost a lot of positions down into P14, but he has got a bit of pace, so don't cat him out just yet, as there is a car around him there. No, it doesn't look like it. It did look like we are going slowly though. No, but there is a bit of a gap. There's certainly a bit of a gap opening up then from our front pack, all the way from Vettel down and Hunter. Look at this, he is going wheel to wheel with Vettel and overtakes the lead. Let me put on this. So he does, Hunter does take the lead from Vettel then in the Aston Martin. Around the final corner we go for the 4th time this evening of 31. Vettel's going to come back at him with the battery, and they go wheel to wheel around turn 1. They just about touch, but Vettel has to tuck in behind. Techie and Ponce to the win, working very nicely together as a team as well. We can certainly see the tyres, absolutely. Mostly everyone on the medium tyres except for Bread, Marzi, Brandy, Nishka, Abhishek, Combo, Ollie and Plugger having to do that early pit stop and jump on the hards and go as long as possible. But it is going to be your man Vettel out in front from Hunter, from Tex for the win and Poms for the win, Poms as well. And then Carl Finisa in P5. And then Benno is now out of DRS, or out of overtake, sorry. I'm just going to say DRS, you guys can all get over it. Down in P7, Bazooka Zoo all over his D-box then, 3/10 behind him as Nishka making his way up through the field. We know that he's got race pace, does Nishka, and he's out in front as it looks like, is that Bebo looking to, Abhishek looking to make a move on Bebo though. He's had to pull out there and into the bridge section we go with the Mercedes. Is he ever going to have a look on the inside? He did have a look on the inside, but he chooses to stay in behind as Kamikaze. Instead of sending a Kamikaze down the inside, he does choose to tuck in behind. And that is some restraint held by the man with no restraint. Kamikaze chooses not to cause an incident then. Hunter 2/10 behind. Vettel up the front. Is he going to make a move down the main straight? Or is he going to hold back? No, he chooses to hold back as well. And the front crew all go around once more. Marzi then in the Alpine on the back of Stormzy with the battery as well. Like we said, I mean, the overtake doesn't make a difference, but there is no battery management here at Singapore, as you can pump the battery the entire time. And so it really does come down to timing your moves and skill level, as Hunter times his move then, goes around on the outside, takes the inside line, which is the line that you probably don't want unless you are the faster driver, and Hunter does show that he is the faster driver and gets through on Vettel. Of course, Hunter getting the benefit of the overtake for the rest of the lap, and Vettel having to be under a lot of pressure here because, of course, if you're P1, you don't get the overtake if you are overtaken early in the lap. So Vettel then in P2 and vulnerable from the two Haas's in Techie and Ponce to the win. Is Super Duck back in? It looks like he is, but he is 3.5 seconds off the pace from Brandy, with all of it to do. An unlucky disconnect for the Red Bull driver there as they come around into Sector 2 then, and down this main straight. Is Vettel going to be able to hang on to this position? Techie is looking like he's gaining. Is Techie has a bit of a look on the inside, but he withholds, goes around the last couple of corners then. He's going to try and set it up for the straight though. He is very, very close to Vettel, who is now falling behind Hunter, as Hunter has opened his wings and chosen to gallop away, just like the majestic unicorns of old. Does Hunter. 8/10 now in front, and Vettel gets overtaken for this lap, which is going to help him not be so vulnerable from the Haas drivers. Bevo and Abhishek look like they're having a good battle down the back here as well. Maney doing very well. We know he's very quick in race trim, not as quick in qualifying. So Maney up from P22 up to P16, doing a drive as a team principal for the Alpine, up from tier 3, of course. As Bevo 1 second now away from Maney, may lose that overtake, which will make him vulnerable from Abhishek. Mars and Stormy also going wheel to wheel in Sector 1 as Marzi takes over from Stormy into P10 for the Alpine. That will make Maney one happy man. 2.5 seconds away from anyone else, though. So he's going to have to try and spread his wings here and gallop away in the Alpine if he's going to relieve some of that pressure. And out in front is going to be Hunter, 6/10 ahead, away from Vettel, who's closing the gap very slowly but surely. The front pack still very, very close, and Formula Fish in the Audi is probably half a second away from a famous Formula Fish blow-up. We know that if one of his hair strands are out, then his vessels on his head pop out of his head, and he can throw the toys out of the pram like the best of them. Formula Fish then in the Audi, currently P6, looking to chase down a Carl Finisa. We know they're probably in a party together. Formula Fish is probably swearing his head off. Probably needs some prayer and some holy water to get through the night, does Fishy. Very angry man in the Audi. Down the main straight he goes. He has a bit of a look on Carl Finisa, but chooses to tuck in and stay behind. Moxie needs an invite. Okay, I can get that done for you, good sir, because I saw him add me. Hey, Emma. Do I want some ice cream? I'll have some ice cream, honey. As Emma enters the lounge room, offers Skillsy some protein ice cream, which is delectable and delicious. And Skillsy takes up the offer from Emma. Where is Fra Moxie? Fra Moxie. This one? That's a Moxie. Panic says, great comms, mate. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it. Was that the Moxie? I think that's the Moxie. Moxie. That's the only Moxie. Fra Moxie. Fra Moxie. Is that right? Are we good? Are we good? Someone let me know we're good. Yep, Drive to Survive says that we're good. As Maney gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He is well known for his warnings. I mean, Singapore is a hard place to get those warnings, but if anyone can do it, Maney can do it. And he believed in himself hard enough, and he got the job done. Picks up a 3-second time penalty down in P19, of course. Evil Blade racing with the best of him in P12. He's got good race trim as well for the Ferrari, for his friend Kirko. He's currently in P12. Brandy in the Cadillac. A new driver on the grid showing that he can mess with the best of him. Hunter out in front by 6/10. Now the front four are starting to shake the rest of the pack to the tune of 1.8 seconds as Formula Fish in the Audi does get the job done on the Mercedes of Carl Finisa as we were trying to add people back in. I'm getting... Oh, sorry, mate. Done. I've invited you. I'll just check with Moxie if he got it. Moxie, did you get it? Are you back in, Moxie? Give us a confirm. Formula Fish, do you know what happened? Formula Fish, he wanted to be in Tier 4 this season. He asked Skillsy, he says, Skillsy, I'm not quick anymore and I think I should race down in Tier 4. Well, look at this. This is what happens when you try and pull the wool over Skillsy's eyes. P5 in the Audi, it does Formula Fish. Of course, he's got the driver Kruder as well, who's up by 2 seconds after the first couple of corners. So, Formula Fish currently being investigated by the FIA for sandbagging an entire team. Also on the admin team for Wallaby Racing League as well. So, controversial stuff then in the FIA office over at Wallaby. Investigations all around and probably a royal commission going to be launched as well, as we see Zuka then on the back of Rapid Benno in the McLaren. Is he going to try and dive bomb? He does! And over the curb he goes, and he's very, very lucky that he doesn't take Benno out there. That curb always unsettles you when you have to take down the inside line, and Benno showing that he's got the balls of a brass monkey holding his line and also holding P7 as well, and remaining within 1 second of Carl Finisa and getting the overtake. Kamikaze, 3-second time penalty, as does Abhishek as well. So 3 drivers now with penalties, and we're only in lap 9 of 31 for the closest tier in Wallaby Racing League. Of course, it is Tier 2. My name is Skillsy. Chuck us a follow if you're enjoying the comms. Subscribe if you're feeling generous. It's less than the price of a coffee to subscribe and support. All the money goes to Kirko's retirement fund and to help fund his peels as Kamikaze gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Something has happened. Kamikaze has retired in the pits. He has thrown the toys out of the pram and he is gone. He is out of this race. Let's see if we can get Kamikaze. Can we get Kamikaze in here for a bit of an interview? I'm going to ask him. No, I can't because he's not on He is not actually on Xbox, and I thought he was on Xbox. I wonder if we can get someone else in for a bit of an interview. I mean, they're all probably in a party themselves, but I'm just going to see if any of them would be interested. Oh, look at this. Gifted tier 1 sub. Panic at the Disco. Panic at the Disco is gifting subs, mate. Left, right, and centre. And it's keeping Kirko alive. It is, babe. It is keeping Kirko alive in the retirement fund. Emma said, make sure my dog doesn't get the ice cream or she's going to smack me. That's not very nice. As Super Duck does pit onto the hards in lap 9. It's pretty early. He must have got a little bit of damage. As Formula Fish tells Skillsy to stick it. He's trying to invite Fish into the party to ask him about his race, but he's not interested. He finds himself 2.6 seconds behind as Hunter now is out of the overtake zone. 1.1 seconds ahead is Hunter from Vettel as Maney picks up a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. It does creep up on you, the pit lane here, the speedometer. Funny enough, the pit line it's the same in your practice as it is in the race. It's the same all week. It's the same in every race. It doesn't change just because you jump into a league race. And so there's really no excuse. But Maney chucks on the soft tyre. That is an interesting strategy. Knowing that the hard tyres wouldn't get to the end. He's chucked on the soft tyre, probably trying to catch up to the rest of the pack before having to chuck on the hard tyre. But it is Techie and Poms for the win then. Away from Vettel and Hunter now 1.6 seconds ahead. Formula Fish then P5. Carl Faniza P6 and Benno in P7. That is the closest race we've got in this feature race here at Wallaby Racing League. My name is Skillsy. I've got nothing better to do here. Broken my kid's heart as Hunter comes in for the pit very early as well. Pit lap 11. And that's going to see, let's see if he is undercutting. He's closing. He is shutting off from the undercut. And the pit crew down at Aston Martin doing a great job there. As does the Mercedes crew as well. All the wheel guns seem to be working down in that pit lane tonight. And that releases Vettel. And it also releases Techie to go wheel to wheel then. They go wheel to wheel around Sector 1 and Sector 2. And can they stick it in? No. But it is going to be Vettel who closes the door on TikTok Techie, who shows that he is not without some brass gonads. As we come up into this straight then, is Techie going to launch another attack? It looks like it. But he just holds back as we come into the bridge section then. Is the two Haas drivers. They have been inseparable all night. And TikTok Techie and Poms for the win. Of course, the Haas team principal. And down the main straight we go then. He's going to get overtake. And he's going to get straight line sprint mode as well. Is he going to stick it up the inside? Is TikTok Techie? No. He's going to tuck it in behind the Red Bull, looking more vulnerable than a 17-year-old on a black couch. As Vettel down the main straight then we go. The Haas, they look hungry. They look fast. Vettel then, is he going to stick it in the pits then? Around to the final corner we go. He's not. But the Haas is going to do an undercut as Techie comes in. Is it going to work? That is going to be the question. Where does Vettel come out? As Hunter down in P15, and Hunter's in a bit of traffic as well. He finds himself 1/10 behind Bevo, and Bevo's got absolutely no obligation to move for Hunter either. But this is absolutely terrible for his race pace and for the undercut opportunity from Vettel, who was P1. So we see everyone else coming to pit. Vettel, Poms the win, had to stay out because his teammate was right in front of him, and he gives it to his teammate the first pit stop, being the good team principal he is, Zuka in P3. But this is going to be very, very interesting now. Vettel and Poms the win don't want to get tied up with each other too much because it's too crucial to lose pace at this stage in the race. But Poms does overtake Vettel then. And I think Vettel's okay to let that go because he's not racing him at the moment. He will be racing Hunter and trying to get this overcut to work. As Skillsy downs some protein ice cream, he feeds his muscles as these tier 2 drivers feed your entertainment We've got VLT Vettel down in P2 then. Hunter already pitting. And Vettel and Poms trying to make this overcut work then. Through sector 3 we go. Is it going to be this lap? Or is Vettel going to stay out and get some air? Fresh air, fresh pace. Poms to the win comes in, and so does Vettel as well. So Vettel comes in, doesn't choose to stay out, which is a really interesting decision. Let's have a look then where Hunter will be. He's coming up now to the final couple of corners, and the undercut would have worked brilliantly here, surely. He's going to be out in front by a fair margin, I would imagine. The pit stops get done. Vettel is now being released by his pit crew, and so does Vettel, but Hunter coming down the main straight looks like he's going to get the job done then, and he does, and the undercut is absolutely successful. Hunter went in P1, comes out provisional P1, has gained 2.7 seconds as well. Thank you very much. Those medium tyres costing the drivers of Techie Poms to the win, and Vettel showing that the early pit stop was certainly faster, but do not discount these drivers because they're going to have fresher tyres at the end of the race. But the question is, will it matter? Will it matter? Soup for Duck picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Mars stays out because he's on the hard tyres. Evil Blade as well is making those medium tyres go the distance. Brandy and Nishka in P3 and P4 obviously start on those hard tyres, so he'll go quite long as well, as Vettel is right behind Poms to the win, and Vettel's going to have to make quick work of this because he's now got Breadman Meekan. What is that? Breadman Meekin. Breadman Meekan. I don't know what's going on there. Poms to the win though, and Vettel are going wheel to wheel. That's what I know. Wheel to wheel up to the final corner. Well, not the final corner, but you know what I'm talking about. Around this corner we go then. It is going to be Abhishek to get in the way though. Poms to the win is going to be backed up. He has to make quick work of the Racing Bull here. He sticks his overtake button on. Vettel tries to go on the outside. He takes the outside line. But Poms to the win is a wily old cat, a wily old dad as well, and closes that off. And we've got a four-way battle here for P9, but it's really for P2. As the final corner we go, the Racing Bull gets out of the way, and Abhishek, and it looks like Vettel's trying to follow him through then, and Vettel and the Racing Bull go side by side. It is the sister racing companies, and Abhishek does the right thing and let Vettel through. He doesn't have to, he's under no obligation whatsoever, but he does let Vettel through, and Vettel then continues to try and chase down his teammate. Abhishek is around. Abhishek's around, and so is Rapid Benno as well. Was there contact? The teammates of Breadman and Abhishek going around then. Breadman on 2-lap old medium tyres sends his teammate into the wall. Absolute controversy here, no love lost, and there is an article in the Bouch Times being written right here, right now. Hunter is enjoying life out in front though, now 2.7 seconds in front of Techie. Makes quick work of his teammate who lets him through, I would imagine, as Hunter now can manage this race out in front. Probably a tier 1 driver, probably needs to go up, but for now he's in tier 2, and for now he is dominating. This commentary is gas. I think that's a compliment. I'm too old to understand. Is that Sigma? Is there some aura? I'm just out here aura farming. I'm out here aura farming. There's Mars gets overtaken by Blady. Has there been the Alpine? No, he's just gone to the pits. Calm down. Calm your farms. Calm your farm. He's just taking a pit stop. But the news here is Evil Blade is taking these medium tyres to lap 15. Someone write an email to this guy and let him know that he has to pit, because he's been out there longer than Kirko's been without, you know, Humpty Dumpty in the bedroom. Evil Blade out for 14 laps then. Brandy started on the hard tyres. You expect him to stay out, as Techie is trying to lower this gap between him and Hunter. Hunter, of course, now getting held up by the Blady. Will Blade let him through? He does the right thing. He does let the provisional race leader through, does the Ferrari. Doesn't do Techie any favours whatsoever. He won't be on his Christmas card list, that's for sure. As Nishka and Formula Fish are bumping backsides. You can hear Formula Fish swearing from here. He's an angry little man, Formula Fish. He's in the Audi. He's under the investigation by the FIA for sandbagging. He goes wheel to wheel with Nishka. does form the fish. He gets the job done on the straight, and the Mercedes of Carl Faniza also tries to take the long way around. He has better traction coming out of that corner. Carl Faniza on the outside in the Mercedes, if you don't mind, takes his belt off and puts Nishka over his lap and gives him a good spanking, and up into P6 does Uncle Carl go. What a move by the Mercedes driver, showing you he's not just a nice guy, he can get the job done, as Techie gets easy work from Evil Blade, and now he has to try and chase down Brandy. Techie looks pretty quick now that the tyres have come in to their own. Techie looking pretty quick then. Tick-tock, Techie. And for those of you that don't know, he's not black, he is white, he's Caucasian. I thought he was black for a long time with a name like that. As Super Tuck picks up a second 3-second time penalty, his wingy hits the phone down on the floor, loses his crap as Nishka's gone backwards here, and Vettel takes easy work of him. Nishka and Breadman then. Nishka on pretty old tyres, 15 laps. Breadman on newer tyres, tries to go around the outside. Nishka closes that door. Can Breadman make it work on the inside then? He pumps his battery. They go wheel to wheel. It's a pretty dodgy place to be overtaken here. And who's going to hold out? They go wheel to wheel. It's Nishka on the outside, now on the inside, now Breadman on the inside. They go wheel to wheel on the bridge section, if you don't mind. They're showing each other a lot of respect. They nudge a little bit, but it is Breadman in a move of the season. That is going to end up on the ticky-tocky. Breadman up into P9. What a move. That is absolutely delectable, delightful, delicious, insensual, unbelievable. Breadman up into P9 for the Red Racing Bulls, as Nishka is left questioning his life, questioning his purpose, wondering what he's doing here. Maybe he should have picked up the controller and played Call of Duty, because he's been spanked all over the place, not only by Breadman, but Vettel, Poms for the win, and Carl Faniza as well, if you don't mind. But what a story. Formula Fish goes past his mate in Evil Blade. Evil Blade out here on 16 lap old mediums. Far out. Does he know where the pit lane is? Maybe he needs a map. Because Carl Faniza wants to make quick work of him as well. He tries the inside line as Carl Faniza gives him plenty of room. And Poms the Win wants to follow him through, but it's a pretty dodgy place to do so. On the outside he goes. Evil Blade shows him a lot of respect in that pink helmet. Looking quite delicious, he does. Poms the Win goes through, and Evil Blade loses another position. Vettel needs to make quick work of this, but into the bridge section we go then. There's not much room there to pass. He's going to lose a little bit of time, as Evil Blade is nursing these 16 lap old mediums for as long as possible. Through the bridge section we go then. Vettel tries the inside line, gives him a bit of a kiss on his gearbox, pumps the foot down, and while all this is happening, he's losing time and going to lose overtake as well if he can't get the job done. Vettel can't get the job done on 16 lap old medium tyres. He tries on the outside then. Can he get the job done now? They go wheel for wheel. Bladey closes him off. Says no to the Red Bull. Is he going to launch a dive bomb? Yes, he does. He's going to have more grip. He's going to have more traction. And he's going to have more points because he's up into P7. Vettel finished P2 in qualifying. Finds himself down in P7. Had to negotiate a little bit of traffic, and now, due to that bad luck, finds himself 1.6 seconds behind Poms for the win, and now he has to get some racing done if he's going to get competitive once more. As Poms for the win then tries to make a move on Brandy. Hunter out in front, 1.9 seconds away from Techie, just managing this race so far, as Poms for the win gets the job done on Brandy, which is easy to do. Brandy on those 17 lap old hard tyres. He's going to have to pit soon surely, or are they going to try and make the softs work? No safety cars here either so far, and we've got 21 of 22 drivers left in this race. Kamikaze throwing his toys out the pram, speeding the pit lane and finishing early is your only casualty this evening. Hunter putting on an absolute clinical act now, 1.8 seconds away from TikTok Techie, and Formula Fish 5 seconds behind him for the last step on the podium so far. Brandy P6 then finding himself under pressure, and Vettel wrong place, wrong time once more. Pumps for the win, showing class on the straight, getting the job done on the Mercedes before the braking zone, something that Vettel can't do. Can't get the job done, does Vettel in P7, but he'll get the job done now because he's got better traction. He now nearly goes into the wall as Brandy gives him just enough room gets the job done before the braking zone, then does Vettel up into P6, and again finds himself 1.4 seconds behind, out of overtake zone, and gonna have to get the job done the hard way once more. Vettel showing a lot of class here today, and a lot of actors. Evil Blade 18 laps now on the hard tyres. On the medium tyres. He's lost his marbles. He's lost the memo. He's lost his memory. 18 lap old hard tyres, medium tyres. They must be absolutely screaming at him, but he's probably used to it. His wife probably screams at him all day as well, so he's accustomed to the screaming noise. As Techie slowly eating away this lead then. Lap 19 of 31 we are here at Marina Bay. I was calling it Yas Marina before, but it's not. I think it's Marina Bay. Singapore. We're in Singapore anyway, babe. Yeah, we're in Singapore, lap 19 of 31. We're 70% through this race, and we're coming into the final stretch then, coming up to the closing stages, but anything can happen, especially with these monkeys racing around. I mean, you've got Brandy and Abhishek going on to intermediate tyres. Is there rain? There's rain. That's why Blady has not come in. That's why he's chosen to stay out on the medium tyres. He can't afford a pit stop, so he's had to melt it around, and we've got rain for the final 10 laps of this race. Can you believe it? If you weren't excited before, I bet you're going to be excited now. So when are they going to come in? There's a little bit of rain in the third sector, but I think it's going to be too early so far to come in. And it is a little bit too far as the rain continues to fall and Hunter decides to stay out for one more lap. But in Singapore, when it rains, it pours. It doesn't take long for the rain to start coming down. So is this the right move in the Hunter to not pit, to stay out? We've got a yellow flag, and is that a safety car? There is a car that has stopped, and he's around, but he's back going again. The marshal's done a good job. Breadman coming in, Vettel coming in early. He has to try something, does Vettel. He's at the raw end of the stick, but will this be the right rub of the green now? Has he just bowled a spinner when everyone else is bowling pace? We're going to find out then. Is this a deep block? Has he taken a penalty just like Messi? Carl Faniza picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's heartbreaking as Milesy just pitted as well. Got off those hard tyres on the mediums. He's going to pit one more time. And the Alpine's luck this afternoon going from bad to worse. Hunter looks alright though. He looks a little bit slippy. The rain is coming down, but I don't think it's hard enough to worry him just yet as Benno picks up a 3-second time penalty. So it must be a little bit slippy. Let's see how he goes through this final. Up to the final sector 3 then. Does he slip around a little bit? Yeah, that looks dodgy. That does look a little bit dodgy. And his back end skips out. So this is what's going to show Vettel then. Where is he? He's in sector 2 right now. But I think maybe Hunter's just done enough. Abhishek also 3-second time penalty as they start to rack up as these dry tyre runners try and get around one more time. It's always funny on the crossover. Who's going to do it? Has Vettel done enough here? I don't think so. I think Hunter's done just enough to stay out as they trundle into the pit lane down 80 kilometres now. Him and Techie and the front runners come in then. Vettel, where is he? He's put his foot down. At the end of sector 2, he's pumping the battery, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's a good pit stop from the Aston Martin. The wheel guns were in good work there, as was the Haas. Vettel then coming up to the final corner. He's not going to be far behind. But Hunter staying out that one extra lap doesn't seem to worry him too much. Vettel then down the main straight. He will jump Nishka. He will jump Mars. Nishka's done a great job too, mind you, by staying out that longer time. And is he going to jump Poms to the win as they go wheel to wheel? Poms from the pit lane. They go wheel to wheel. They put the foot down. Poms to the win's going to have pretty cold into tyres. They have to get some water on them to be any useful. And he goes around the final corner. Carl Faniza is also going to want to make quick work here of the Haas. He tries to follow the Red Bull through, but the Haas takes out his belt, puts him over his lap and says, nah, mate, not today, not this afternoon. As Poms to the win, mate, he shoves it up the inside. He shoves Vettel off. Carl Faniza trying to follow him through as well. On the outside, they go wheel to wheel around Singapore. On a track you don't go wheel to wheel at. In a corner you don't overtake. But Carl doesn't care. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care what team you drive for. His name is Carl Faniza, and he drives the Mercedes, and he's coming up to the pad. But Vettel, showing his class, closes the door and maintains P5. Vettel, some class driving there. Man, hang on to your seatbelts, because this is just getting hairy. Cruder, I'll give you a tip. I'll give you a tip who's commentator, mate. It's the guy whose heart you broke earlier this week. It's the guy who saw the win in his eyes, who was going to let you through, mate. But you came and you took a knife and you murdered him. It wasn't even subtle. It was a murder. It was a massacre. It was heartbreaking. It was like the end of The Notebook. It was like when Harry met Sally. It was like Pride and Prejudice. And the whole world is hurting because of it. It's not just me. It's not just me that got hurt. The world is hurting. The viewers are hurting. Race league lovers all over the world are hurting. So then, lap 22 of 31. And it's just got spicy. Bevo staying very long on those hards, as does Moxie as well, not thinking it was wet enough for Inters just yet. Hunter has been in control for most of this race then. Techie trying to chase him down. He's trying to chase him down the dry, now he's going to try and chase him down the wet. We know it's a different game when the rain starts bucking. It doesn't look heavy though. Usually at Singapore, it'll come down pretty quickly, but at the moment it looks pretty manageable. Vettel 3/10 behind Pomps to the win, who's now 4.5 seconds behind Formula Fish, so certainly something happened there, didn't it? But this little pack here is looking up to be a little bit spicier than Indian Cuddy. And let's go down to Karoon. Karoon, can we get some insight? Yes, Crofty, thank you very much. It's not raining too much in Sector 1, but Sector 2 and Sector 3, the track is getting quite wet. Now, the Aston Martin has been on the team radio complaining about battery issues and a sticky brake. So Hunter not happy with his car, and maybe that's why he's lost nearly a second in this lap. But Techie saying that he's feeling good in the wet. Watch Haas, they look fast. Back to you. Thanks so much, Crofty, and that is very true. So interesting reports then. Hunter complaining of a sticky brake and battery issues, finds himself 1.6 seconds ahead. But is that all going to come crumbling down? Is it going to be construction and motor engine issues? Who's going to take the hard brake? Techie saying that he feels good on team radio. 1.6 seconds behind. Don't go anywhere. Vettel has been trying hard all day. He's just had the rub of the green the wrong way, but he finds himself right behind Pomps to the win. We've enjoyed this battle all day, and it's going to continue for the last 8 laps. So don't you bet your green Indian butthole that this race is over, because it's not, as Moxie picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. More penalties here than in the World Cup game against Argentina. And I mean, it's Singapore. I mean, there's 2 places you can get penalties, guys. Come on. Get it together. You're meant to be the cream of the crop. You're meant to be representing the Wallaby Racing League. Carl Finese, you got a 3-second time penalty. Get out of the way, mate. All right, Uncle Carl in the Mercedes. Nice guy. He has shown some class overtakes. But Techie 1.2 seconds now behind Hunter, who's got those reliability issues, has been complaining on the team radio. Formula Fish 7.6 seconds. He's washed. He's out. Finds himself in no man's land. 5 seconds ahead of Pomps to the win, who's got this little battle here for P4. But Formula Fish throwing his toys out the pram and throwing the cars behind him out of contention as well. So we've got a 2-horse battle for P1. Formula Fish looks like anything short of putting into the wall is going to take the last step of the podium. But P4 is where the battle is, as Vettel is battling Pomps to the win, who's been doing it all afternoon. As Zuka goes past on Breadman in the McLaren. Breadman is going to come back at him. No, he's not. We know that rain changes everything. As Cooper Trooper redeems a Skillsy dad joke. I think I've just got enough time. Lap 24 of 31. We'll keep an eye on the top 2 as Skillsy racks his brain for a dad joke. I need that joke. I was reading the comments. Dave, you got that joke for us? Go on. What do you mean, nah? Alright, here's my favourite dad joke. I've said it a few times. I've said it a few times on stream, but for those who've not heard it, I do like it. I do like it, mate. So my wife asked me to go to the shop the other day and pick up 8 Sprite. But I picked 7 up. How good is it? How good is it, Matt? How good is it? So good. Come on, chat. So good. Give me some love. Give me some love. It's so good, eh? A guy walked, a polar bear walked into a bar, and he said to the bartender, "Can I please have a rum and Coke?" And the bartender said, "Yeah, of course you can, but what's with the big paws?" And he said, "Oh, I was just born with them." It's so good! It's so good! Oh, it's Techie, the pressure's got to him. 6 laps to go and he's beat the bed like a little girl. 1.3 seconds behind, he can't close the gap on Hunter in the Aston Martin out in front. Vettel, he still can't take over Pom's for the win either. He's going to get schooled by a dad. That's one thing you don't want to get schooled by. Pom's for the win. Pom's not for the win. I mean, they won 6-4 in the bronze medal match, but it means absolutely nothing. They crapped the bet against Argentina. Should have won. Didn't have the rub of the green. Chose a low block. We're going to put all the men behind the ball and let Messi shoot at us, and wondered why they lost and then blamed the referees. I'll tell you what, it wasn't the referees, Poms. It was Tuchel and his strategy, or their lack of. Putting 11 players behind the ball with 25 minutes to go is not a strategy. That's suicide. You need to take responsibility for your actions. It's Techie then, 1 second behind Hunter. He's just slowly taking this gap out. As you can see, we've got sideways rain here at Singapore. It is absolutely bucketing down. It is humid. It is hot. It is wet. It is slippery. Hey, that sounds like Kirko's wife. Humid, hot, big, wet and slippery. 1 second behind is Techie from Hunter. Can he get the job done? Hunter's been in control the entire race, but we're here. We're at the end of the race. What do you call a sick pony, mate? You're not skilled, you don't get a dad joke, alright? Cruder, you don't get it. You don't get it. It is excellent, isn't it? It's my favourite. The polar bear one is my favourite dad joke. But here we go then. It is, as it gets wetter, whose gonads are going to get bigger? It's going to be Vettel in the Red Bull, right behind Bombs for the win. But Techie now, under a second. We know overtake has been turned off because of the wet, so it's all skill here. There's nothing else. Who's going to hold on? Who's going to be named champion? Who's going to take the bragging rights into Tier 2? Who is going to be moved up into Tier 1? We're going to find out in 4 short laps, as Vettel is all over the gearbox of Poms to win. If it gets any closer, Poms is going to end up pregnant up by the end of this race, as Sukazu is right on the back and he wants to have a look as well. Vettel's got to be careful here, because in his attacking, there is a hungry McLaren right behind him looking to get on P4 as well. And Carl Finese is also on this train as well. Sukazu, he's got a lot of traction. Where's this come from? He breaks late, he has a bit of a look on the inside, but chooses to stick in behind Vettel then. Behind and pumps the win by the tune of 4/10. But it's Techie who's turning heads, and Hunter's going to come up to some blue flag drivers then, a bit of traffic as well, if you don't mind. So through the stadium section we go, and up to the hairpin. Techie has driven a good race. He's just tucked in behind. Hunter, of course, took pole position. He's been leading the race the whole time. He pitted first. He got 3 seconds ahead of Techie. Then the rain came. Hunter pitted before Techie. Techie found 2.5 seconds and now has slowly clawed it back and finds himself within 5/10 of the race leader, and he is taking a couple of tenths out from him each lap. Is this going to be absolute heartbreak for the Aston Martin? Will Techie get this job done? He's looking pretty quick in the wet. Or can Hunter hold on for an Aston Martin victory and to take home the maiden race here at Wallaby Season 11? We will find out in 4 short laps. In 8 minutes time, you're going to crown who's going to race one. But look at this, it's going to be the McLaren. We said he was fast. Zukazu looked good in the wet, and through he goes up into P5, and looks like he's going to take out, he's going to race after the Haas in Poms for the win as well. Techie has not had a win in 5 seasons. This is an absolute fairy tale come true. This is Cinderella, who lost her shoe in Wallaby Racing League, and Techie's come back with his tail between his legs, begged us to race once more, and being the empathetic people that we are, let Techie back into the cockpit. Is this the moment? Is this the moment? It's TikTok Techie. No race wins for 5 seasons, finds himself a 10th behind the Aston Martin. Can he get the job done then? I'm on the edge of my seat, literally. It is Techie, 4 tenths behind. Can Hunter defend? He doesn't look good in the wet. Techie looks fantastic in the wet. He is a childhood favourite. He is a TV personality. The crowds love him. The crowds are rooting for him. It is a lovely TikTok Caucasian Techie as we see Pomps for the win and Zuka go wheel to wheel. Zuka is good in the wet, we know it. And we know he's got good traction. And he's got good traction out of that corner as well. Can he get the job done? He does. He does get the job done, and up into P4 is Zuka 5.6 seconds behind Formula Fish, who's absolutely by himself, as Hunter and Techie are flying out in front. Let us know in the comments who you want to win. As Emma clears her throat, scrolling through on Facebook, finding a recipe like a good woman. Zuka P5, Pomps for the win, gets the position back up into P4 then. The Haas starting strong here in Wallaby Racing League with Shiny Piastri taking out the win in Tier 4 and breaking hearts. Techie finds himself in P2 and Hunter calming down just a little bit and looking like he's a little bit more calm. Zuka then. Is there a way through? The Haas do open the door. Can he close the door? No, he can't, as Zuka breaks later. But it is Pomps for the win, who's got better traction out of that corner. Plugger picks up a 3-second time penalty. Zuka goes through in the McLaren up into P4 as Pomps tries to switch back. Can he make it stick on the outside? He tries another switch back, goes on the inside. It's absolute class from the Haas driver. Can he brake later? They're wheel to wheel into a tight section, and he lets the McLaren through, but the McLaren slips, and they're wheel to wheel again, right through the bridge section. The McLaren just choosing to throw the toys out of the pram. He's got no nerve, does the McLaren of Zuka into P5 he goes, he touches the backside as Vettel loses another position. It's not good in the wet for Vettel. It looks like he had a bit of a spin. Yes, he does. He's had a spin. He's got no front wing, and it is heartbreak for the Red Bulls. We have got a full course caution. It looks like a virtual safety car for that Red Bull spin, and we'll all slow down just a little bit, or is that just a game glitch? Because they look like they're going pretty fast. It looks like a full course caution on my screen, but it doesn't look like a full course caution on their screen. We're going to find out. Shiny Piastri, of course you did, mate. You got the race win, mate. You broke all the girls' hearts on Sunday night. But we're not here on Sunday night. We're here on Tuesday night, and the tale of the tape tonight is that Hunter, 1.1 seconds away from Techie in the virtual safety car. Has he just been toying with him? Has he been playing with him? This couldn't have come at a better time because he was under some pressure, and now he can recompose himself and see if he can come and bring it home. Hunter from Techie, Zuka and Pomps for the win has treated us to a great race. And Vettel is going to have to try and get around with no front wing. It doesn't make sense for him to pit. He's got 3 laps to go. He's going to have to try and do it without a front wing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, is that, yeah, no front wing it looks like. Oh no, he's got a front wing. So maybe he's okay. Stormy picks up a 20-second time penalty, speeding under the safety car. Look at those time penalties from P12 down to P21. Absolutely heartbreaking as we go green once more. Techie then 3 tenths behind and 3 laps to go. Can he get the job done? He's been the better driver in the wet, but you have to say Hunter's been the better driver overall today. Hunter stuck it on pole from TikTok Techie. They've been racing together all night. Super Duck then looking to get the job done on Nishka. They go wheel to wheel and bump a little bit as well. But through goes the Red Bull with a time penalty. He squeezes Nishka but gives him just enough room as the Aston Martin loses out. But the other Aston Martin is trying to get this win done here this evening at the Marina Bay Circuit here in Singapore. My name is Skillsy. This is Wallaby Racing League ! Discord if you want to join us. We race Sunday nights and Tuesday nights. But if you're here for the entertainment, don't you go anywhere, because we are ramping up to the second last lap, and around the final corner we go for the 29th time this evening. 2 laps to go then. It is Hunter away from Techie. Does he have enough in him to get the job done, as Stormy and Nishka also tackle each other out? This has been the battle all day though. Zuka pumps to the win. Carl Faniza as well. Carl Faniza's done well with that 3-second time penalty. Starting in P6. It is going to be Zuka. He's looked good in the wet. Is he going to do it here? Is he going to wait for the last lap? He just about goes into Pumps to the win. As Pumps to the win looks a little bit slippy there. Does the other Haas driver. Great start for Wallaby Racing League for the Haases. They're going to be up there, as will the Red Bulls. Wingy taking home his first Tier 1 win this afternoon. That was absolutely exciting, dramatic, and unbelievable, as the Racing Bull getting lapped there, observes blue flag conditions, doesn't get in the way, and through the bridge section we go then. For the second last time this evening. Does Techie have anything in him? The tyres would be screaming. Has he done a little bit too much too soon then to get this job done? Hunter out in front from Techie, 3/10 behind. He looks like he's setting up for a last lap charge. Is he going to save battery? He's got 95 left, 100% for both of them then. They're fully recharged, fully ready to go, and don't you go anywhere. 1 lap to go.